So for 3D view, we have this home button. Click on this and you can see a same wall here as well, right? If you want to delete any other label, you can click on these button, delete these labels from the 3D view as well, like this. Select it, delete it, right? So currently we are in wireframe visual style. If you want to see the realistic view of this particular wall, so you will change your visual style, right? For that thing, here we have this visual style tab. So let's click on this. Here we have wireframe model in which we are currently working. Let's switch to shaded part. So in shaded view, it will appear like this. This is the shaded view of this wall. If you want to see other view, let's say realistic, so this is the realistic view of this wall. At a later stage, we can apply paint as well as the different material for these walls. We have here setting for consistent colors as well. From here, you can change like this, right? For this thing, let me change to shaded only, right? If you switch to realistic or consistent colors, your software will lag a bit, right? To avoid such situations, you can use this shaded only here. Clear? Let me close this from here. Go to your view tab. Click on this project browser. So this is appearing inside. So let's move it here, right? Okay. So if you see here, let me switch to north elevation, let's say. If I switch to my north elevation, you can see here the height of this wall is way above than this particular level one, right? Even if I move to my 3D view, here you can see the height of these walls is quite high as compared to our level, right? This is called orbit or orbiting any object. You will press shift button and your middle mouse button and you can orbit your work plane like this. As we have discussed in AutoCAD as well. So the orbit setting is same for both of them, right? So let's suppose you want to align this wall to your level 2. Let's click on any of wall. If you click on any of wall, you can see the arrow, right? So you need to click on the arrow and drag it like this, right? So that the height of this wall will reduce like this, right? You can click on this wall and drag it like this. Again, if you see here, the distance between these two walls is different and we are not even sure about this distance, that how much is this, right? So that is not the way to align it to your level 2, right? For this thing, what you can do is, so you can see here, if you click on this wall, let's say this first wall, right? Here you can see the connected or unconnected distance. So this distance is 11 feet. You know the distance between your ground floor and first floor is 10 feet. So you will change it to 10 feet, right? So it will be aligned to the 10 feet, right? Similarly, if you want to make all these wall of height 10 feet, you will select one wall, press SA, right? And after that, you can see here the setting of top constraint, right? If you click on this top constraint, it will show you the option of connect up to the level 1 or first floor. If you click on this button, right, and move your cursor inside this drawing area, it will automatically align all these walls to your level 1 like this, right? That is the shortcut over here to use or to align all these things like this, right? So if you switch to your, let's say, ground floor, right, let us create some more walls. So go to here wall, right? Here we can see some of the setting as well. First setting is related to height, right? That is related to height and depth. After height, we have setting here that is unconnected. By default, it is unconnected. Suppose you want to connect it up to your first floor, so you can simply click on this button, that is first floor, right? It will automatically align this to your first floor. Second setting is related to location line. So by default, it is wall center line. So what this wall center lines mean, if I show it here, you can see here, this tracking line is in the center of this wall, right? Let's say it is 5 feet. So I am tracking along the center line, right? Suppose I am choosing here, let's say finish face exterior. So for finish face exterior, I am choosing this point. You can see here my tracking line is tracking now the exterior of this face, right? Like this. If you want to switch between exterior and interior, you can use your space bar as well. It will switch between exterior and interior faces like this, right? Or you can change the setting from this as well. Suppose you want finish face as interior, right? So you can use setting like this. Okay. Here we have some more setting that is related to core face exterior, core face interior. In this wall, if I choose core center line as well, so core center line and wall center line in this particular wall is same. So it will not make any difference, right? So I will discuss this in case of any other wall, right? So after this, we have setting for change, right? So whatever is usually happening at whatever point I am clicking, it will start creating a line from the same point, right? If I untick this chain option, it will not start creating the wall from the same point. I can click on any other point and start creating a wall like this, right? I need to click first. After that, I can start creating a wall. After this, we have offset distance setting, that is by default it is 0 feet 0 inches. Suppose I am providing here offset of 5, right? So at whatever point I will try to draw a wall, that wall will be automatically offsetted through a distance of 5 feet. So I am clicking on this point. Here you can see this wall is plotting at a distance of 5 feet from this particular point. Suppose here I want 1 feet, right? So if you click on any point, it will create a wall at a distance of 1 feet from that point, right? After this, we have setting related to radius as well. If at the corner point you want a radius, right? You can specify any radius, it will automatically apply radius. Click on this point. Here we have this, right? Move like this. It will keep applying radius at these points, like this. If you specify the radius, right? Let's see the last setting in this wall we have over here, that is join status, allow and disallow, right? If you disallow this, here you can see this wall is joined at this point. If you change the status to disallow, it will not join your wall at these corner points, right? You can see it here. It is not joining walls. Here it has automatically joined these, right? So for if you want to join or allow these, you need to click on allow join. Here again allow join, right? Click on this allow join. Here allow join and this. After that, you will be able to join these particular things, right? So that is some of the basic settings related to wall. If you switch to 3D, you can see all these walls over here. Clear? So let me select all the walls, right? You can select one, press SK, it will select all. You can press delete to delete all these ones. So let's go to ground floor one more time, right? Here you can see the elevation cameras. You need to place your drawing inside these. Go to walls, right? Here by default we are using this draw line option. Suppose I want a rectangular wall, simply I will click on this button, right? Here I am using allow. The rest of the things I will keep same. You can create a rectangular wall like this, right? Similarly, a Pentagonal wall, here you need to specify number of sides and these things. You need to click on one point, create a pentagonal wall. Similarly, we have some more walls over here like this, right? You can go for an arc over here as well, like this, right? Here we have tick line option as well and tick faces as well. Right? So we will discuss this thing in the next session, right? I hope it is clear to all how to create a basic wall, right? And how to create labels in this software.